Europe can make 30% emission cuts according to EU figures. The EU is to help music companies keep the royalties for Elvis and the Beatles. And the European Commission faces a fistfight on broadband pricing. Good morning from Brussels. I am Raymond Franken at EUX TV with today's top European policy news stories. A 30% cut in greenhouse gas emissions is possible by 2020 if Europe meets its energy efficiency targets. That according to figures used by Climate Commissioner Connie Hedegaard. But no one in the Commission will say this publicly for two reasons. One is that the dry figures involved hint at a well-known and still simmering dispute between the European Commission's climate and energy departments, basically a fight between Commissioners Hedegaard and Germany's Commissioner Günther Oettinger. The other is that a lack of interdepartmental coordination has turned the issue into a technical dog's dinner. Officially, the Commission's climate department maintains that a 25% reduction in planet warming gases by 2020 is possible if only the EU's goal of a 20% improvement in energy efficiency is also met. That's what all the talk was about this week at the EU Sustainable Energy Week. Meanwhile, artists and consumer groups are up in arms as the European Union comes closer to agreeing a 20-year extension on copyright for music recorded before the 1960s, the golden oldies. Critics argue that while record companies get to keep their profits high, artists are going to lose out. The record companies have managed to reap high profits thanks to their back catalogues of many popular artists, such as the Beatles and Elvis, of course. And to perpetuate their gain, they have been lobbying the EU very heavily to prevent the copyright on these golden oldies from running out. And it seems that these efforts are now paying off. The EU is close to agreeing an extension of music copyright from 50 years to 70 years following a first recording. And that measure is angering consumers and artists alike. And finally, here in Brussels, a big fistfight is brewing among telecommunications companies. Basically cable companies and phone companies providing fiber optic networks. While they are still reeling from a fight over contested EU regulation on how to access fiber networks, they now face an even bigger battle over how smaller telecoms operators will have to pay their bigger rivals to use their networks. Basically, the cable companies do need to use some of the fiber optic networks to get their cable feeds into your living room. The European Commission is due to release guidelines on how network operators should set wholesale access prices on copper line infrastructure to allow them to accommodate a costly rollout of the newer networks made of fiber optic cables. The jury is still out on this one, and consumer groups fear that this will lead to higher prices for internet access. For more on all these stories, you can go to the website of euractiv.com, and you can find the direct links to the stories mentioned in this video below here under the description on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe here to our EUX TV channel by clicking here on the subscribe button. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Okay. We're not going to be back tomorrow because it's Saturday.